Hey guys, this is day 20 of my weight loss journey, and I'm going to tell you more about it in just a minute. Okay, day 20, week 3, and tomorrow makes the end of week 3. Now, I had wanted to lose 3 pounds in the week, but different circumstances popped up that completely put that into a complete halt. So, yesterday I weighed in at 195.7, 0.8, something like that. Anyway, 195 point something. And today I came in at 193.3. What made the difference? Well, if you remember right, yesterday I told you that I had a little bit of fluid retention. So finally my body let go of that, which is a relief. Now for us to just continue going on down, which is my goal. So what I'd had yesterday was a chicken refried bean bowl, which of course consisted of the beans, cheese, taco sauce, chicken, and I had some tortilla chips with it. And then for dinner I had a refried bean chicken bowl, which consisted of the same thing. So I ended up with a little bit of a burning stomach, so later after dinner I got myself a cookies and cream milkshake to settle my stomach, to stop the burn, and it done the trick. So I am down, and I'm looking to just go on ahead and continue down. Now tomorrow will mark the beginning, or how much I will weigh for the 4th week, and I hopefully next week, the 4th week, I will make the 3-pound loss and continue making 3-pound loss as the weeks go. I'm hoping. So anyway, that's pretty well what I'm doing. Now, as you all may know, and if you don't know, I also post these on BitChute. So there is some people who has been trying to help me with the weight loss and talking about the intermittent fasting, which of course I know all about. I know the benefits of intermittent fasting, and I also know that through experience myself, intermittent fasting isn't necessarily right for me, for my system, because of the hypothyroidism, and it just, for some reason, it doesn't work as well for me. When you're dizzy and weak, that's not good. So, and it had nothing to do with weight, because I was down into the 70s and continuing to lose, but it had also come to a standstill and started going back up. And so that's when I also knew that intermittent fasting and OMAD, which they didn't mention anything about OMAD, but they talked about alternate day intermittent fasting, which is still good. But once again, for my system, it won't work because of the way my thyroid is. It would end up causing my metabolism to almost come to a complete halt. For hypothyroidism, you have to eat so that it can keep the thyroid functioning, so it can keep the metabolism running. A normal thyroid, yeah, intermittent fasting like that would probably be even more beneficial, and a person would feel less symptoms. And so I prefer, if I do any kind of fasting at all, which it usually ends up being about a 15-16 hour fast, that's about as long as I can do rightfully. So I had said that I would do a video on the different types of diets that I have attempted. And I said soon, but I'm going to go on ahead and do that today, and I'm going to try to do it very quick. So I have been working on losing the weight for 28 years. And it all happened after my daughter was born. She was around 6 months old when I started gaining, because before that I had a normal weight. I was good, but having to switch birth control pills had done something to my thyroid, which, by the way, I do not take birth control anymore. I had stopped that when she was 3 years old. So anyway, so through 28 years I have attempted to exercise myself, really literally exercise. I mean, I worked out hard. Exercise, and I've also tried doing more vegetable and fruit with very little protein. I've also tried going through an all-day fast, which I failed miserably. I have done the Way Down, which so far I have found the Way Down to work the best. I have done protein shakes. I have done coffee before a workout. I have done chocolate milk after a workout. I have tried the apple cider vinegar with cinnamon and lemon juice. I have done vinegar water with cayenne pepper. I have used turmeric in my meals to try to boost my metabolism. I have done the OMAD. I have read fitness magazines. I have gone through the weight loss articles in First for Women and Women's Day. I have read books, like one particular book that was written by a doctor about how to crank up your thermo burn, which means getting up and looking directly at the sunlight first thing in the morning, breathing deep in and out through your belly button. I have done Leslie Sanson's Walk, 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 and in between every walk of a certain amount of time, you do a little bit of workout and hold your stomach and your shoulders a certain way when you walk. On that thermal book, it talked about what not to do because it shuts off your thermoburn, and what to do to crank it up. And that was a long time ago. I loaned it to my sister-in-law and never saw it since. It didn't work anyway, even when I followed everything in it. I had I worked really hard on doing more vegetable dishes. One time I invested a whole lot of money in vegetables, and that kind of made it rough because my kids really don't like vegetables all that much, so that was a little rough. Quite frankly, I'm not a big veggie lover myself, so I done what I could with what I liked. I've cut out certain foods, I've added certain foods, I've just about done everything. I even attempted to do keto for a couple days. Now I know if you do keto, you have to do it for a while for you to really start seeing the results. But I didn't feel right about doing keto for myself. So that's the reason why I didn't even give it a full chance. So I have done just about everything under the sun and moon through different articles of different magazines and books. And so far, the only thing that has worked successfully for me is the Ray Down. That's the only thing, which is just simply eating when hungry and stopping when satisfied. Now, what I mean by satisfied, because it was mentioned through a comment on BitChute that, like, for the Biggest Losers, they eat until they've had enough, but they've still gained the weight. Well, the thing is, I can't say so much about the Biggest Losers except for the fact that they work their bodies to almost to death. As you have seen, anybody who has watched Biggest Loser, you have seen how rigorous their workout is. And what they eat in the kitchen is what is there, you know. So what they're doing there on the weight loss camp is what they've got to work with. But once they get out of that workout camp, of that weight loss camp, then that's it. It's up to them to live a lifestyle of what they had learned or to go back to their old ways. And a lot of times they went back to their old ways. They didn't stick with what they had done in the weight loss camp. And quite frankly, I don't blame them. They would have had to constantly work out just as hard as they did and eat what they did. But also I found out through the different contestants throughout the years, they had been giving a type of weight loss speed. So, you know, once they get out of the weight loss camp, they're back to do things on their own. So we can't use the Biggest Loser as an example of how to lose weight and what not to do to lose weight or can't lose weight. We can't use them as an example because everything that's done on the show isn't exactly what I would prefer to do. But that's neither there nor here, you know. But just simply putting, when Gwen Shamblin talks about stopping when satisfied, she means when you're just starting to feel that you're full. You're just starting to feel that. Not to the point of being overstuffed or that you can't bend over comfortably or anything, but when you just start feeling that you're full, then you can quit. And she also talks about like using a belt method. If you have to undo your belt, you ate too much. But if you can leave it comfortably belted on you, you've done fine. And it's all according to when you're hungry, because if you eat when you're not hungry, then you're doing yourself an injustice because your body hasn't used up all of the energy yet. So what Gwen Shamblin talks about makes a lot of sense. And through her own experiences, she knows what not to do and what to do. And so, like I said, out of everything I've done, the second best thing that I have attempted is the OMAD. But as I had explained before, in around about the same amount of months that I'd done OMAD and the Ray Down, because I'd done them both around the same amount of months, I lost more weight through the Ray Down than I did through the OMAD. So why is the Ray Down not necessarily working for me right now? Because I'm overeating. I'm overeating. And that's what I'd explained to the person on BitChute. The Ray Down works really well for me as long as I do what I'm supposed to. When I don't do what I'm supposed to, that's when the Ray Down fails for me, because I'm failing to do the Ray Down. So I hope for anybody who wonders why I don't do this or that, or maybe I could do that or this, Now you understand I've done just about every kind of weight loss there is. Just about every single kind. And none of it worked for me. For one, because I couldn't stick with it. Because I wasn't happy with it. I wasn't satisfied with it. And for two, the ones that I was comfortable attempting to do still didn't work because my system didn't go with it. So either way it went. But at least with the Ray Down, my system does agree with it. And I like doing it. And it's something, as long as I keep my mind set on it, can keep doing. So I really can't play around with anything else. I really can't, because as far as that goes, every time I play around with a new method, it backfires. So anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you so very much. You are awesome to me. You'll see me tomorrow with another journey vlog, and you all have a great day. I would like to thank all my supporters on Patreon and BitChute. The funds are greatly appreciated, and they go towards supporting the great walks where I show off parks and attractions. If you would like to be a supporter also, then you can do so through Patreon. The links are left below the videos in the description box. Or if you would like to on BitChute, you can do so by subscribing to me on BitChute and go through PayPal. And I thank you in advance.